name's Franz and this is myboxingcoach.com. In this video, this is the final video of our defensive action series, we're going to look at the lead hand outside parry. Okay, so this is a defence that if you're meeting an opponent with the same stance as you, so if it's orthodox versus orthodox or southpaw versus southpaw, it's a defence against their power shot, their backhand, so the orthodox right hand or the southpaw left hand. If you're meeting an opponent with an opposing stance, then it's going to be the jab that you're defending against here. So southpaws will be very aware and very familiar with any lead hand blocks and parries because they use it so often against orthodox opponents. We've looked at the defensive parry inside, but this being the defensive parry outside, lead hand parry outside, there's a little bit more involved, it's a little bit more intricate. It's probably not going to be used as commonly as the simple block or the inside parry, but it's always worth knowing, it's always worth having it in the armoury in order to use it whenever the instinct calls. From the stance and on guard position, as always with all our moves, be it body movement, footwork, punches, the first action is always in the lower half of the body. Okay, don't allow this to drift up and just become a simple arm shot. So from there, shot comes in, we're going to rotate our body, and that gives us a straight line onto the opponent and allows our arm to cup round and just simply deflect the shot out. Okay, so the shot comes in this way and we deflect it out. Okay. From there, and again, the simple economical body movement. As the shot comes in, we want to make sure that that cups over the top of the hand and simply pulls it out that way. So it really does open up the opponent's defences, leaving them wide open to your own responsive attacks. Okay. Common faults. Most of the time you're going to be defending against a power shot here. Okay, now whilst parries are never a match of strength v strength, you should always be able to come out on top if you're using a parry against a power shot, because you're not meeting it dead on, you're actually deflecting its own true course. It doesn't take much to do that. Okay, so make sure that there's an economy of movement, but make sure that the body actually does the work and gives you that line to allow that upper arm, that lead arm, to deflect the shot out that way. Okay. The second key problem is that we become too exaggerated. Okay, so we make a big circle, leaving massive gaps in your own defence. You've got to make sure, you've got to remember that any action you take in a boxing ring carries with it some risk. So we're interested in minimising the risks with each action that we undertake. Okay? So keep it simple, keep the movement minimal. Don't allow it to become exaggerated, don't reach out. Okay? Remember, we want to be operating in this zone here. Okay? This is our defensive zone, and we want to make sure that we don't reach out with anything other than a punch, that we don't start reaching out to meet shots all the way out there. Okay? Because all it does is leave you exposed, both down here and over the top. Okay. Third problem, not throwing a shot back. You've blocked, you've parried it, you've created a massive opening. If you've managed to pull their attacking backhand out that way, just think of the big gap that you've created right down the middle. So there should always be an instant response, and don't forget as well, because we've rotated that way, done the parry, that leaves us in a perfect position to throw the straight right hand. Yes. So from there, okay, likewise if you're an orthodox southpaw, you can block and throw the straight left hand. A really good shot, really good defence to use against an opponent with an opposing stance. So that's the lead hand outside parry. Quite a rare defence to see, but still one worth knowing and still one worth practicing in the gym environment. Okay. My name's Franz. This is myboxingcoach.com.